Welcome to SAU Magazine, a weekly news program coming to you from Southern Arkansas University in Magnolia.
This is a Southern Arkansas University news brief. I'm Brandy Bierbaum.
And I'm Amanda Weber.
Preparations are underway for spring commencement. It takes place Friday, May 13th at 7:30 p.m. at Wilkins Stadium. This year's guest speaker is Bob Russell, Chief of Staff for U.S. Senator Mark Pryor. The Office of Alumni Relations is holding a late afternoon reception in the Reynolds Center. Graduates, family, and friends are invited to attend. All graduates will line up at the baseball field at 6:30 p.m.
The year in review finds numerous items of interest. Fall 2004. Enrollment surpassed 3,050, more than 40 higher than fall 2003. A grand opening was held for the $15 million Reynolds Center. It houses 16 university areas and 11 nonprofit organizations. Students moved into a $12 million University Village residence facility. A new residence hall also opened for the Honors College. Exchange professor Dr. Elena Lepotko lectured on the cultural identity of Russia. The College of Science and Technology began offering an associate degree in agriculture. This year's homecoming theme was Wild with Pride, and Alpha Phi Alpha promoted voter registration.
More fall semester information. SAU student Art Stokenberry, a member of the Arkansas National Guard, recovered from leg and neck wounds sustained in Baghdad, Iraq. Columbia County College Night brought high school juniors and seniors to campus. Talbot Hall suffered extensive rain damage, forcing some students to move to other residence halls. The vending selection committee accepted a proposal from Coca-Cola.
The spring 2005 semester began with a 6% increase in enrollment. University police distributed free gun locks. A popular night spot for students, the Oasis in Haynesville, Louisiana, was burglarized and set on fire. More than 800 elementary and high school students participated in the Southwest Arkansas Regional Science Fair. In February, a peeping incident was reported in the Honors Hall. The Board of Trustees approved funding for a $2.7 million band hall and indoor practice facility, and Dr. Roger Worsley, Chancellor of SAU Tech in Camden, announced his retirement.
During spring break, an SAU student was found unconscious in a trash bin. 20-year-old Leslie Foreman survived the incident at Magnolia Plaza Shopping Center, but had no memory of how he got there. The Employment Resource Center and Students in Free Enterprise sponsored Career Day. A lawsuit against the Delta Iota chapter of Sigma Tau Gamma goes to trial in July. The Agriculture Department hosted state career development events for high school FFA chapters. More than $1 million was appropriated to SAU from the Arkansas State Legislature, and Dr. Suzanne Jessup was named honor professor.
This is the final edition of SAU Magazine for the 2004-2005 academic year. Broadcast journalism students produce 12 radio news programs each fall and spring semester. Audio webcast of SAU Magazine can be heard at the Broadcast Journalism Internet site. The SAU Report, a television interview program, airs each Monday at 7 p.m. on Cox Cable Channel 13. Production of new radio and television programs will resume in September. This has been a Southern Arkansas University News Brief. I'm Amanda Weber.
And I'm Brandy Bierbaum. With an SAU profile, I'm Casey Boddie. 3 faculty and staff members passed away during the academic year. This profile recognizes the accomplishments of Dr. Hugh Johnson, Professor of Biology, Earl Miller, a physical plant employee, and Dr. Greg Huberger, Director of University Technology Services. Dr. Johnson had been a faculty member since 1970 and a former honor professor. He was instrumental in forming the Biology Club. Miller, known as Mr. Earl, was SAU's ambassador on wheels. He served as a bus driver for 48 years and was the first recipient of a Lifetime Achievement Award. Dr. Huberger upgraded and modernized the campus computer system. He added new servers and improved the quality of distance education. Dr. Johnson, Mr. Earl, and Dr. Huberger are greatly missed. With an SAU profile, I'm Casey Boddie.
SAU Sports, I'm Jennifer Stacy.
And I'm Calvin McGee.
The Mule Riders split a baseball doubleheader with Christian Brothers. The Crusaders won the first game 7-6, with SAU taking the nightcap 6-1. Justin Moore pitched a complete game, scattering 6 hits. The Mule Riders are 32-23 for the season, with a Gulf South Conference record of 14-9. The conference tournament begins next week in Millington, Tennessee. Another win against Christian Brothers clinches a 3rd seed for SAU in the West Division.
In softball, the Lady Mule Riders also split a doubleheader. They lost the opening game to Arkansas Monticello 5-3, but won the second game 1-0. Josie Lindgrin went the route, allowing 7 hits. Whitney Brandon drove in the only run scored in the second game. SAU is now 13-14 in conference play and 28-24 overall. The final game of the series takes place on Sunday in Magnolia. The Lady Riders then travel to Tupelo, Mississippi for the Gulf South Conference Tournament.
Spring football practice ends with the annual Blue and Gold game. It starts at 9:30 Saturday morning at Wilkins Stadium. The game will consist of 4 8-minute quarters. The ball will be spotted on the 30-yard line of the offensive team. A draft of Mule Rider players determined rosters for each squad. Coach of the blue team is Jeff Bird, and coach of the gold team is Tommy Laurendine. SAU head coach Steve Quinn will serve as a neutral observer.
The Canadian Football League Rookie of the Year visits his alma mater. Nick Lewis won the award in 2004 after completing his career as an All-American wide receiver for the Mule Riders. In his rookie season for the Calgary Stampeders, Lewis caught 72 passes for more than 1,000 yards. Lewis was the guest of honor at a meeting of the Rider Booster Club. His SAU and Calgary football jerseys are framed and on display at Western Sizzling Restaurant. Lewis returns to Calgary in 3 weeks for the 2005 season. SAU Sports, I'm Calvin McGee.
And I'm Jennifer Stacy.
With commentary, I'm Kareem Marashi. SAU bids farewell to those graduating this year. Students, those years of dragging into class at 11 a.m. are now behind you. You no longer need to endure 3-hour lectures with condescending tones from lackluster professors. However, the careers you enter may be worse. As students, we experience patience, compassion, and ambition. We were allowed to fail over and over. So good luck to those forgiving professors who are hanging up their red pens, burying their gradebooks, and setting fire to their rosters. Graduates, when those fat checks do find your bank account, don't forget to kick a little back here. That way more students can live in dorms you don't need tetanus shots to live in, eat in a cafeteria where Rolaids aren't inhaled, and learn in rooms where desks don't look secondhand. So goodbye to the class of 2005. The real world beckons. With commentary, I'm Kareem Marashi.
With an SAU police log, I'm Todd Flanagan. With final exams approaching, students are encouraged to pay close attention to their belongings. Burglaries often occur when students are moving out of their residence halls or apartments. In addition, student vehicles should remain locked at all times. Report any suspicious activities immediately to University Police. Nothing should be taken for granted.
I'm Angie Loomis. If anyone should fall victim to a crime, please call the UPD. It will assist in any way possible and conduct any investigations into on-campus criminal activity. UPD is a victim-oriented department. It will assist with appropriate referrals regardless of a victim's desire to prosecute.
UPD consists of Chief Rebecca Childs, Sergeant Kevin Murphy, Detective Donald Ray, Officer Gary Odell, Officer Robert Burns, and Officer Luke Daniel. They are state certified by the Arkansas Law Enforcement Training Academy and possess full powers of arrest. They continue to receive training after certification to increase their expertise and professionalism.
A walk-in escort service is available 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. To request an escort, call extension 4100. Give your name, social security number, and the nearest exit door to your location. A police officer will meet you at that building door and walk with you to any area on campus. With an SAU police log, for Todd Flanagan, I'm Angie Loomis.
College Newswire, I'm Brian Barr. 3 honorary degrees will be presented during commencement at the University of Arkansas, Fayetteville. Governor Mike Huckabee, former Chancellor Daniel Ferreter, and philanthropist Pat Walker will be recognized at the all-university commencement. Huckabee will also deliver the commencement address. 8 separate ceremonies take place prior to the all-university event to be held next Saturday in Bud Walton Arena.
I'm Brian Jones. The University of Arkansas at Monticello changes its graduation time. Its 2005 commencement will be held at 11 a.m. on Friday, May 13th. The event has previously been held in the evening. The reason for an earlier time is to provide more benefits for students, parents, and faculty. It will not conflict with local high school graduations. And at this time of year, chances for rain increase during the evening. College Newswire. For Brian Barr, I'm Brian Jones.
With this week's entertainment news, I'm Todd Flanagan.
And I'm Amber Goodwin.
The SAU community will participate in the 2005 Magnolia Blossom Festival. A team representing SAU, the Grade A Cookers, is one of many preparing for the World Championship State Cook-Off. Local residents can support the Grade A Cookers by purchasing t-shirts. They have the team's name and SAU written on them. The Grade A Cookers would also like volunteers on the SAU float. The Magnolia Blossom Festival will be held on May 21st. Those interested in purchasing t-shirts or helping with the float can contact Mark Trout in the Communications Center.
On Tuesday, the late night feeding frenzy will take place from 10 to 11 p.m. in the dining hall of the Reynolds Center. The menu will include chicken strips, several varieties of pizza, and novelty ice cream treats. All students will be admitted with an SAU ID card. Servers will be members of the SAU staff. This is always a popular event among students, and they are encouraged to arrive early.
The SAU Foundation Phone-a-thon will be starting soon. It helps raise money to build a new SAU. It is operated by student volunteers. Organizations are asked to volunteer their time. It supports SAU and raises money for organizations. The group raising the most money will receive $300. Each group that raises $6,000 will receive $200. Refreshments are provided each day, and prizes are awarded to callers who exceed nightly expectations.
The President's Ambassadors held the first annual Mule Rider Idol. More than 200 people attended, including students, faculty, and families of contestants. There were a total of 3 rounds. During each break, the audience was able to place money in jars to vote on the People's Choice Award. Vincent Sneed, who co-wrote his own song, was declared the winner. And that's this week's entertainment news.
The SAU Broadcast Journalism degree program features a wide variety of professional experiences.
Students are responsible for producing and marketing radio and television programs each semester.
SAU Magazine, a radio news program, is available to stations in Arkansas and bordering states.
The SAU Report, a television interview program, is available to cable systems in Southwest Arkansas and Northeast Texas.
More than a dozen courses are offered in the SAU Broadcast Journalism degree program.
Writing, reporting, and hands-on experiences are stressed in these courses.
In addition, graduating students are more perceptive analysts of mass communication and broadcast journalism.
They are very competitive in the job field and for opportunities as graduate students.
Information about the Broadcast Journalism degree program can be found on the internet at saumag.edu.
That's saumag.edu for an excellent educational opportunity.
With this week's SAU calendar, I'm Kathleen Langston. Monday, May 9th is the first day of final exam week. Tuesday is student pay day and room and board payments are due. Late night feeding frenzy is from 10 to 11 p.m. in the Reynolds Center Dining Hall. Wednesday, May 11th is student refund day. Thursday is the last day of final exam week and residence halls close at 5 p.m. Friday, May 13th, student timesheets are due. A late afternoon reception for graduates will be held in the Reynolds Center. Spring commencement takes place at 7:30 p.m. in Wilkins Stadium. In the event of rain, separate ceremonies will be held in the W.T. Watson Gymnasium at 7:30 and 9 p.m. Advising for the first summer session is Tuesday, May 31st, with classes beginning on Wednesday, June 1st. And that's this week's SAU calendar.
SAU Magazine is a production of broadcast journalism students in the Department of Theater and Mass Communication at Southern Arkansas University in Magnolia.